Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss a new chapter from your class 10 biology syllabus. This is chapter 8 and the name of the chapter is How Do Organisms Reproduce. Before starting this class, you must know one thing, that already we have completed chapter 6 and chapter 7 from your class 10 biology syllabus. The chapter 6 was life process and chapter 7 was control and coordination. So this is your chapter 8 and the name of the chapter is How Do Organisms Reproduce. From the chapter 6 and chapter 7, actually you came to know a lots of things about biology. First thing, actually you came to know that the life process, how many types of system is there in our body, what is the basic functions of each and every systems. The third one is the photosynthesis and different kinds of the plants activity. In our second chapter, it means the chapter 7, the control and coordination. From the control and coordination we came to know a lots of things also, that the different kinds of the phytohormone, different kinds of the animal hormone, the control and coordination activity, how we will control and coordinate all the body's activity, all those things we came to know. So in this chapter we will get to know about the reproduction. I am repeating again, in this chapter we will get to know about the reproduction, the types of reproduction, okay, the description of each and every reproduction type and their examples and the human reproduction system. So let's start the today's class. Today we are going to discuss the first part of the chapter. The name of the chapter is How Do Organisms Reproduce. Okay, so let's start the today's class. The first thing you should know that the definition of the reproduction. The first thing you should know the definition of reproduction. So what is the basic definition of reproduction? So this reproduction is actually one kind of the biological process. This reproduction is one kind of the biological process. Okay. So by which the living organisms actually produce new individuals of the same species. So this is the basic thing of this is the basic definition of reproduction. I am repeating again, the reproduction is the process by which the living organisms produce the new individuals of the same species. So I think all of you know this thing, that this reproduction is one kind of the biological process by which one new organisms actually originated from the pre-existing organism. Okay, so this reproduction, why this reproduction is actually the necessary thing. So now you can ask me one thing, that what is the basic importance of the reproduction. Suppose this reproduction is not happen in our body, is not happening in our body, okay, is not taking place in our body, then what will happen? Actually this reproduction is one of the most important necessary for the survival and increase in the population of the species. Okay, so this is the basic things of the reproduction. This is the basic importance of the reproduction. This is important for your exam also, that what is the basic importance of the reproduction. That reproduction is actually the necessary thing. The reproduction is very much important for the survival and increase in the population of a species. So if organisms actually do not reproduce, their population decreases and species will become extinct. So suppose reproduction is not there in our life, so what happened? The life would be stagnant at a certain point. Life would be stagnant at a certain point. So suppose reproduction is not there in our body, is not happening in our body, then what happened? That the life would be stagnant at a certain point. So that's why reproduction is very much necessary thing in our body, and I think all of you know a little bit about this reproduction. So this is one kind of the biological process by which living organisms actually produce the new individuals of the same species from the parent species. So always remember, through the reproduction the parents actually produce the offspring. parents produce the offspring. It's never happened that offspring produce the parents. It's never happened. This is always the unidirectional pathway. This is always the unidirectional pathway, that the parents always produce the offspring, okay, the baby. So this is the basic importance of the reproduction. I am repeating again why this reproduction is actually basically necessary thing, that it's because necessary for the survival and increase in the population of a species. And if organisms do not reproduce, their population decreases and species will become extinct. Next point is the, do organisms create carbon copies of themselves? Suppose my parents and me, we are carbon copies or not? So the DNA molecules in the chromosome in the nucleus is responsible for the transfer of characters from the parents to the offspring. So this DNA is the main thing. So I am highlighting this portion. This DNA, this deoxyribonucleic acid, this DNA is actually the main thing, the main molecules in the chromosomes, which is actually present in the nucleus, and it's responsible for the transfer of characters from the parents to the offspring. It's always happen in the parents to the offspring. It's never happened that offspring to parents. So during the reproduction, the reproductive cells produce 2 copies of the DNA which separate into 2 cells, and the DNA copies actually will be similar but not identical to each other. This is the basic line, this is the main line from this slide, that this is actually not identical. Why this is not actually identical? Because we are not identical with each other, okay. Me and my parents are not identical. We are similar, okay, at some portion, at some aspect, at some kind. We are similar, okay, but we are not identical. Because what is the meaning of identical? Identical means just like the carbon copy, just like the clone. That's actually the main thing, that you cannot recognize that which is the baby earthworm, which is the mother's earthworm, which is the baby lizard, which is the mother lizard. You cannot identify, you cannot actually discriminate this thing, but you can easily discriminate that this is the offspring and this is their parents. This is the baby boy, this is a baby girl, or this is their parents. Okay, you cannot easily, because they are not identical. Okay, you can easily identify this thing. So the new individuals have the slight variations from their parents. Always remember that the individuals have the slight variations from their parents, and this is the basis of variation and the evolution of new species. Okay, so this is the basic things of the basis of the reproduction, that the 2 organisms create carbon copies of themselves. So this is the basic thing. Okay, in our next slide we are going to discuss the importance of variation. What is the basic importance of this variation? Suppose if we were carbon copy to each other, we were the clone to each other, then what happened? Then what will happen actually? So this DNA copying during the reproduction is the basic, actually during the reproduction is important for maintaining the body designs of different organisms to survive in the existing environment. So but the environment is constantly changing due to change in the temperature, climate, water levels, etc. So if organisms cannot adjust themselves to the changes in the environment, then their species will become extinct. So this DNA copying actually during the reproduction time is important for maintaining the body designs of the different organisms to survive the existing environment. So what is our main motto? The main motto is that to survive. What is our main motto? That to survive in this environment. Okay. So that's why this is important for maintaining the body designs of different organisms to survive in the existing environment. So but the environment is constantly changing due to changes in the temperature, climate, water levels, etc. So if organisms cannot adjust themselves to the changes in the environment, then their species will become extinct. So if there are variations in some individuals of a species, they may be able to survive actually the changes in the environment. So if there are actually variations in some individuals of a species, they may be able to survive the changes in the environment. So this is our actually survivability strategy. This is our survival strategy. Okay. Next thing is variations in species is necessary for the survival of different species and for the evolution of new species. So variations in species is necessary for the survival of different species and for the evolution of new species. Okay. Next thing is the reproduction, the types of reproduction. So from this picture actually we come to know lots of things that there are two types of reproduction present in our environment. The reproduction is actually broadly categorized into two types, the sexual reproduction and the asexual reproduction. I am repeating again because this slide is important for your exam, that how many types of reproductions are there in our body, that there are two types of reproduction present in our body, the sexual reproduction and the asexual reproduction. Okay, so we can broadly categorize the reproduction into two types, the sexual reproduction and the asexual reproduction. So the types of reproduction, there are two main types of reproduction in living organisms. They are asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. Okay, so what is the basic definition of the asexual reproduction? What is the basic definition of asexual reproduction? That this is one kind of the reproduction in which the new individuals are produced from a single parent. This is the reproduction in which new individuals are produced from a single parent. Okay, and next thing is the sexual reproduction. So this is the reproduction in which two individuals are involved to produce the new individual. Okay, so this is the basic thing, that this is the basic difference between the sexual and asexual. What is the basic difference between the sexual and asexual? That asexual means the absence of sexual process. Am is the absence. Am is the absence. There is one word letter is there, the a. Am is the asexual means the absence of sexual process. Okay. And what is the meaning of this? That there is no sexual process actually involved in between the two organisms, and this is responsible. So this reproduction is actually happen with the single parent. Okay, only one sex is required, either male or female. Okay, so this is the reproduction in which the new individuals are produced from a single parent. Next thing is the sexual reproduction. So this is one kind of the reproduction in which two individuals are involved to produce a new individual. So this is required very much. Okay, here two opposite sex is required. Two opposite sex is required. One is male, another one is the female. Okay, so without male and female, this sexual reproduction actually cannot take place in our body. Okay, so it requires two individuals, two opposite sex individual, two opposite genders, male and female, and this is this reproduction in which two individuals are involved to produce a new individual. So asexual reproduction is of different types. So there are fission, budding, generation, fragmentation, spore formation, vegetative propagation, etc. So in today's class we are going to discuss the asexual reproduction. So this is the types of asexual reproduction. This is the types of asexual reproduction. That the first thing is this is important, the fission. Okay, so there are two types of fission is there, the binary fission and the multiple fission. Okay, next thing is the vegetative propagation. Okay, I am highlighting this portion, all those things. First thing is the fission. Okay, next thing is the vegetative propagation. Next thing is the budding. Next thing is the regeneration. Next thing is the fragmentation, and last one is the spore formation. Okay, this is very much important for your exam. All those things are very much important for your exam. So there are two types of the actually reproduction. I am repeating again, the sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Okay, and there are so many types of asexual reproduction is there. The fission, the vegetative propagation, the budding, the regeneration, the fragmentation and the spore formation. So now I am coming to the fission. So this fission is actually one kind of the asexual reproduction by which a unicellular organism divides and forms two or more new individuals. Okay, so there are two types of fission is there, the binary fission and the multiple fission. So there are two types of fissions are there. They are actually the binary fission and the multiple fission. So this fission is actually one kind of the asexual reproduction by which a unicellular organism divides and forms two or more new individuals. Okay, so this is two types of fission is there, the binary fission and the multiple fission. The binary fission is in this method an organism divides and forms two individuals. So first the nucleus divides and forms the two nuclei, and then the cytoplasm divides and forms the two daughter cells. Okay, example amoeba and paramecium. So I am repeating again what is the basic meaning of the binary fission. That fission means the just division. Suppose there is, okay, one second. Suppose there is one individual, okay. So this in this type of asexual reproduction, in this mode of the asexual reproduction, what happened? The unicellular organism divides into two or more individuals. So this is part 1, this is part 2. From part 1, one new organism is formed, and from part 2, one another new organism is formed. Okay. And there are two types of reproduction, actually two types of fission is there, that the binary fission and the multiple fission. So what is the meaning of binary fission? That in this method what happened, that organism divide and forms the two individuals only. Okay, first this nucleus actually divides and forms the two nuclei, and then the cytoplasm divides and forms two daughter cell like the amoeba, like the paramecium, etc. And what is the meaning of the multiple fission? So in this process, in this multiple fission, actually in this method, one organism divides into too many daughter cells, into many daughter cells. Okay, suppose this is one organism. Okay, so when organism divides, form many daughter cells. Okay, this is part 1, this is part 2, this is part 3. Okay, so example is the plasmodium. Example is the plasmodium. Okay, so plasmodium vivax is the pathogen for the malaria disease, okay, which is carried by the Anopheles mosquito. Next thing is actually the mode of the asexual reproduction is the budding. So in this method what happened, a bud-like projection is formed on the body of the organism. So the bud then develops into a new individual. The bud then develops into a new individuals, and it then separates from the parent and forms an independent individual. Just look at the structure. So this is the hydra body. Okay, this is the body of the hydra, and in this method, in the hydra body, some cellular outgrowth is happened. That's called the bud. Okay, that's called the bud. And from the bud, actually, a new body of the organism is formed. From the bud, a new body of the organism is formed. So from the bud, it develops into a new individual. Okay, and it then separates from the parent. It then separates from the parent and forms a new individual, independent individual. Okay. So example is the hydra and the yeast. Next thing is the regeneration. So in this method, a part of the body, if the actually suppose this is one body, okay, suppose this portion if cut, okay, or broken, okay, so after the regeneration process, this is the mode of the asexual reproduction. From this portion, a new individual is formed actually. So in this method, a part of the body, if the organism, if cut or broken, can develop into a new individual. Example is the hydra, planaria, starfish, etc. Okay, so this is the actual process of the regeneration. This is the specimen, and if you cut or broken this specimen into, then from this broken part a new individual is formed. From this broken part a new individual is formed. From this broken part a new individual is formed. Okay, so this is the basic things of the regeneration. This is the basic things of the regeneration, and this is seen in the hydra and the planaria. Okay, next thing is the fragmentation. What is the basic meaning of the fragmentation? So in this method, the body of a simple multicellular organism breaks up into a smaller pieces on maturation, and each fragment develops into new individuals. So in this method, the body of a simple multicellular organism breaks up into smaller pieces. So suppose this is one organism, so if you break this organism into fragment this organism into smaller pieces, and from each and every organism a new organism is formed. This is organism 1, 2, 3 and the 4. Okay, so in this method the body of a simple multicellular organism breaks up into smaller pieces, fragment into smaller pieces on maturation, and each fragment develops into the new individuals. Each fragment develops into the new individuals. So example is the Spirogyra. Example is the Spirogyra. Okay. The next thing is the spore formation. So what is the basic meaning of the spore formation? So in this method the structures called the sporangia produce tiny cells called the spore, and when the spores come in contact with the moist surface it develops into the new individual. Example is the Rhizopus, mucor or Penicillium. Okay. The last mode of asexual reproduction is the vegetative propagation. So in this method what happened? A new plants are actually produced from the vegetative part of the plants. So what is the meaning of this vegetative part? So they are like the root, like the stem, like the leaf. Okay. So from the roots, the dahlia, sweet potato; from the stem, normal potato, ginger; from leaf, bryophyllum, begonia, all those kinds of plants actually produced. So plants produced by the vegetative propagation produce the flowers and fruits and earlier than those produced from the seeds. It also helps in the propagation of the plants which do not produce seeds like the rose, jasmine and banana. So this is also called the seedless plant. So this vegetative propagation can also be done artificially by the cutting, layering and the grafting. Okay. Next thing is the next slide contains the advantages of the asexual reproduction. Advantages of the asexual reproduction. Okay. So what is actually the main advantages are present behind this asexual reproduction? The first thing is the organism does not have to depend on another organism for carrying out the reproduction because a single parent is needed. Okay. So what is the basic advantage? That here two individuals are not required, only one individual is required, that single parent. Okay. So this organism actually does not have to depend on another organism for carrying out the reproduction. So because it needs a single parent. Second thing is it takes less time than the sexual reproduction. It takes less time than the sexual reproduction, and hence more number of offspring can be produced in shorter time. Next thing is that the offsprings are exact clones of their parent. Okay, these are actually the carbon copy. There is no variation. There is no variation. There is no variation. Okay. And the last thing is the desirable characters can be easily incorporated into the plants with the artificial vegetative propagation. Okay. So some disadvantages also there. So as well as advantages, some disadvantages are also there of the asexual reproduction. The first thing is as a single parent is involved, so there is negligible chance variation. Okay. Next thing is in most of the cases, a simple organism, the parent generation actually ceases to exist after the asexual reproduction. And the last disadvantages of the asexual reproduction is asexual reproduction cannot give rise to the biodiversity which is important for the healthy ecosystem. Why? Because asexual reproduction actually do not provide any kinds of the variation. Asexual reproduction actually do not provide any kinds of the variation. So all the organisms of the asexual reproduction become clone to each other. So that's why it cannot give rise to the biodiversity which is important for the healthy ecosystem. So this is our last topic for today's class. Okay, this was our last topic for today's class. So in this class what we actually came to know from this portion, the first thing is the basic definition of the reproduction. The second thing is the types of the reproduction. The third thing is the different modes of the asexual reproduction with the example. So all those portions are actually important for your exam also. So go through it properly. Okay, first go through it from your NCERT book and then follow my video, and if you are having any queries, just ask me immediately in my number. So for today I am ending this session. In our next class we will discuss a new topic. Thank you. Bye.